case you're new here, this is how I build the walls. They already got the design, and I've got the template. So I've got my plywood here, and I face the good sides in. And then all I have to do is cut one side because it should be the same as the other. Yes, there's a door on the other side. This is not the door side. I know. But I still have that template too, and I can use that, but I can just take measurements. But anyway, so if I've got them sandwiched together with the good side in, when I take them apart, they'll still be facing in. So, what I've got to do right now is trace this out. But that still doesn't give me my walls. I'll tell you here in a minute. I'm going to mark my window, even though I cut them myself afterwards, but sometimes I just like to see where they're at. At least give myself, my pencil's running out, just give myself a little idea of where I'm going. Got to clear off my template. Okay, I'm back. What I have to do now is I have to take an inch off of that measurement because the roof rail goes across the top. I want this to be, it doesn't even matter what that was particularly because we're not reusing it, but I want it to be real close to that to keep the integrity of the design. So I've got to take 3/4 off this because the roof rail will go across that. Okay, so all I do is I take this. You can't see a thing that I'm doing, can you? I'm sorry about that. All I'm doing is I'm taking this board, this little piece right here, and I'm running it on the inside of my line. And I've got my pencil on the inside of that. And if I do it smooth enough, it should follow my line, except be 1 inch in. And it's looking pretty good so far. Real good, actually. I know there's got to be an easier way to do it. I just do not know what it is. Short of cutting the outside line and then running a bearing on it. That'll make it a lot easier. But I'd have to do double the work. You know, here it's do it twice theater. We don't mind doing our work twice. Just seems to be something we like to do here. All right. I think I have that right where I want it. And it's pretty smooth, but I can smooth it out because I'm going to get the jigsaw and I'm going to catch it with the jigsaw. I'll cut the inside line. That gives me the same that I had before, except I took the roof rail part out of it, put the roof rail part on. It matches. So I'm going to get that jigsaw and get going. Got the walls cut out. I took a big old sander, very aggressive grit on it, smooth the edges using that jigsaw. You're not going to get a straight edge. And you don't want a straight edge sometimes, but you want it flat, and then where it curves, you want it to just follow the line. It just doesn't do that. At least not when I do it. So I thought this is a great time because, we've got that potty closet in here, and it has to follow that front. So I've got this right here that I picked up while I was at the big box store. And I think it's going to be, I'm going to choose the best side. I don't know which one it's going to be. I think it's probably right here. Because you're really not going to see the bottom part. So, because the counter starts about here and goes down, so you're never going to see that. But you will see this up here. So, I don't know. I'm going to get this as flat as I can. And it's going to be off about 4 inches anyway, as you know, because we've got to make room for the floor. The floor for the trailer. So I want to get this as square as I can right here, because the less cutting I do on this, the better. It's a focal point of when you're standing in the kitchen. And we're gonna have, come on. Now, we are gonna put some welting around it, so we've got some room to play with, but let's just get as close as possible. So, let me see where we're at on here. Real close. All right. All right. So I'm just gonna take my pencil here. Just start at the bottom, follow this line. Oh, that was terrible. Super terrible. What was I thinking? There we go. Gotta get your eyes on it. You make these mistakes. And I don't want any more do it twice theater today. Really need to measure because it's not going a whole 4 feet back, you know. I don't know how far exactly it does sit, but we've got this whole panel dedicated to that. So I just got to get the as I said before, got to get that jigsaw out and go slow, make a good cut. Just gonna run a light 220 grit over that. It's almost not even, sawdust in my pocket. Why did I do that on camera? Anyway, just a light 220, then I'm gonna wipe it down with a damp cloth, and then I'll put the amber shellac on it. You know, it's weird, I guess you'd say weird, that I'm doing this because almost every inch of this is gonna be covered with a cabinet, a door, a window, a bed, a kitchen. But, you know, make it look nice. So whenever you can see it, it'll be nice. I know you've seen me hit the amber shellac a lot, but I just think it's so cool because it catches me off guard every time, because I wanted you to see it again. This is what it looks like. I'll hit the amber shellac, and then it's just gonna bring those tones and the grain of the wood out. So let's do it. Probably can't see much there, but I'll be headed your way shortly. And just the difference is striking to me anyway. And as it dries, it's gonna soak it in more, but you can really see that. All right, I won't hold you up with any more of my shellacking. My shellacking is not lacking. I gotta get these done. I put those others up there. I'll pull these when they dry, set them up, pull those other ones out. And then I'll do a couple of panels to test for the front of the roof and the back of the roof. I'm sure if you're new here, that doesn't make any sense, but if you watch for a while, you know I refuse to call it the wrap. So the front of the roof, the back of the roof. Just as long as I've got this stuff out, I'm gonna do it. And then that part that we made, well, that we traced out right there for the potty closet, I think I'll do that while I got this amber shellac out. So I'll have that all done, and I'll get back with you. I just enjoy being awkward. Here's a little tip / trick that my friend Jeff over at J&J Restorations, if you're in the Alabama area, he's your go-to guy, especially on Scotty's. He's got a bunch of them. But anyway, when he builds his campers, he does this little trick here, and probably not the only one that ever did it. He's just the one that told me about it. But he says he likes it, thinks it works really well. And so sometimes you just don't have somebody to come out here and hold that up with you. I've been putting, I don't know if you can see, I've been putting a jack down there, but it doesn't always get the exact height that I want. So he said he just takes this board like this, comes down here, and puts it to the frame. Whew, that doesn't feel all that good. Man, that's much better. And then he's gonna take and set that there, set the wall there. So I'm gonna try that. Yeah, follow along, see what you think. And if you're doing something else that might work, please feel free to tell me. All right. So, well, so far so good. I think I probably should have put more on there. Let me see where I'm at here. Got to kind of match my, which I did not do, so I'm gonna have to cut that down, but I left enough room. I don't know if you can, oh yeah. So I can take that down, because really here's where I want to be, and then I want it to follow that line. I give it a little shot there, bring it down here. You know, this makes it perfectly square. Because as you know, before I ever, before I build anything and add anything on, I make sure that we're level and square. Sometimes I think level's a lot easier than square, but we do our best on that square. So I think this is a great idea. I mean, that didn't take me 10 seconds. Appreciate it, Jeff. All right. Well, I got my 90 degree. I got to put in on the inside. It's not exactly 90. It's just going to hold it in place until I square it up for sure on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. I might just ask Russ to put this on a double time. So I'll just do this one side and we'll see how it goes. I like to put these little construction metal thingies on there. I'm sure they got a name. Metal doohickeys. Keep that seam tight. Put another one back there. You could put some down there, but that bed is going to go right across there, and that'll suck that up. And you'll have a closet right there, if not the potty closet, but that'll be covered up just nice. So here's where, oh boy, look at that contrast. I was talking to the customer on Nick, I texted him the other day, and I sent him this, and they chose that. And he said he liked it. I said, hey man, that's a bold choice, but I like it too. You need something a little bit darker than that, in my opinion. And he got it. But man, that amber shellac is setting up real nice. Look here. Look at that. This lighting is terrible. Sorry for that, but once I get this all dried in, you'll see it's even better than what it appears there. These are great shaped campers though, aren't they? Let me back up here for you a little bit. What a great shape. All right, I gotta get this other wall on, and then I'll probably put the front wall on just so I can start on the kitchen.